Hey guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today we're going to make a fun celebration card or two using the Shine Bright collection from Carissa Wiley. Sorry, I said her name wrong. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is a new collection from Spellbinders, and it's got a bunch of fun things. First off, we've got some better press plates, lots of fun sentiments, all in 2 plates, and then we've got 2 dies to go along with them, so you can cut them all out at once. It's fabulous. Then we've got, and that one's called Shine Bright Sentiment Strips. Then we've got Sparkle on Sentiments. You've got that Birthday Glow, Shine Bright, More Glitter, Less Bitter, and Sparkle On, my friend. I love those. Those are so fun. Then we've got these 2 sets. Now this, I think, is fabulous. Yeah, this I think is just fabulous. So we've got Disco Impressions and Disco Balls. We've got 2 sets that make our glitter balls. Yes, the mirror balls. I think they're so fun. Anyway, this one is Glimmer and this one is Better Press. You can tell by the colors. The Glimmer comes with a stencil set to color everything in, and I think that is so fun. Actually, I think it comes with it, or you can get them separate. I will have to check. I'll let you guys know in the description how those come. And then we've got this Glimmer background, which is, yeah, so fun. Love it. And then we've got one more sentiment that says Shine Bright. And it comes with some stencils as well. So this is going to be super fun to make a celebratory card. And I'm kind of thinking New Year's. I'm also thinking any kind of party. I mean, party, right? So let's go ahead and get started creating. So we're going to start off with the Better Press. Now, if you haven't used the system, I think this is super fantastic. I got so excited when I first saw it at Creativation a couple of years ago. And the way that this works is we've got this platform here. This is called the Chase, and then the cover plate that's called the Platen. And this thing is filthy. I need to clean this. Anyway, we've got these 2 pieces. They go together on the ends. There's these little magnets that have got springs in them. So this is absolutely genius. The way that it works is we're going to put our plates on here. We're going to put our cardstock. Actually, this is some Better Press paper. Attach it to our platen. Put them together and roll it through our die cutting machine, and it's going to basically stamp everything perfectly. So let me go ahead and show you how that's going to work. Now, since we have, this one does not have stencils. Or will the stencils from the other work? I think they will. I may have actually, oh yeah, I think I did. I put the stencils with the wrong one. The stencils, the layered Disco Impressions, actually goes with Disco Impressions, the Glimmer, the Better Press plate. So let me grab those out. So these are going to make it so we can color up all of our image. So I'm going to go ahead, I don't normally do this, I'm going to go ahead and just go with black. Just put my 3 different plates down. And then I'm going to take out some Better Press ink. Now, some of this is just regular archival. Most of these are the Better Press inks. There's a lot of different colors. I don't have all of them. I'm going to start off with just basic black. And we're going to see how that one does. I could always do more. And the way that you use this is the way that Denzel from Spellbinders said, is you do tap and twist. So you want to cover all of those raised edges. And since this is a felt pad, I've also found just from practicing and messing around with it that sometimes rubbing it over the top helps as well, especially when you have little tiny plates that, little tiny plates that want to move when you're trying to do the tap and twist. So make sure I get plenty of ink down. Now the Better Press ink, this stuff is thicker than regular archival ink. And it's made specifically to use with the Better Press. It is from Ranger, and so it's where Spellbinders and Ranger got together and said, hey, let's do this. Okay, so we've got 2 of the disco balls down. And these could also be Christmas ornaments, if you think about it. Okay, now that I've got pretty much good coverage, I'm going to just put this on here temporarily. It's not going to touch those because it's got those springs. And then I'm going to take a sheet of my Better Press paper. And you can use cardstock. What this does, though, is going to be adding an impression. It's going to basically press into the paper, so it's going to give a nice texture. And so if you use a thicker paper, it's going to work better. I'm just going to tack it down on the corners there. Okay. And then we're going to flip it over. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to move this one up a little bit. Now, first off, we've got the registration lines in here to show us where it's going to be on our cardstock. And I've got the tape down, so if I put the tape here, it's going to go over the corner right there. And I don't want my pressing to be on my tape. So let's go ahead and put that there. And it's just hovering. It's like magic. It is hovering over the plates. So next I'll pull out my Platinum 6. So you can use this in your Platinum 6. You can use this like in your Sizzix die cutting machine, but you don't want to use it on something that doesn't have enough room. So it just slides in the end and you're just going to crank it through nice and easy. Now you do not want to use this in, say, a Gemini Junior. This slot is not big enough for this platform. You don't want to do that. Okay, so let's take a look. And it's stamped perfectly. Now I had to step away for a minute. I probably let this sit a little bit longer than I should have. And so the ink was not quite as juicy as it should have been. But how wonderful is that? Okay, next we're going to take out our stencils. And we're going to use those on this lovely panel. So to make it easier on me, I am using one of the grip mats. This one is from Altenew. Let me move it over a little bit. And I've got my paper down. And then I've got one of the stencils already layered up on there. You can see that it basically lines up right over those white pieces. Get that back up. Right over the white pieces on our image there. Okay. So we're just going to line that up. There we go. And I'm just going to press it into my sticky mat so it's going to hold it in place as I'm doing my coloring. Now, I just got in some new blending brushes. These are actually little foam daubers, little foam pouncers on the end of a stick. Yeah, I think this is cool. I believe it was Desiree had it on one of her videos. If I can find the video, I will leave it down below. But I thought that was so cool because I've already got some paper pouncers and I love them. But this is for those smaller areas. It's going to make it so quick and easy to fill everything in. And since it's foam, you won't necessarily have the brush strokes that you might have with using a blending brush. Oh, that is cool. Okay, now this little line that you see there, that is because one of the fibers from my ink pad, from my Better Press ink pad, was on the plate and I didn't catch it before stamping. That is totally fine though. We're going to cover it up with one of the other colors. Okay, so I've just finished using the first one. And I'm just going to look through. So we have this big one for around the outside. Then we've got these two for those. These are some of the smaller ones. You've got basically stencils to do all of your balls. I'm just going to do this first one and then I'll do the rest of them off camera, but I'll let you guys see it. So I can tell that this has got the circle up at the top, so that's where that part's going to go. And I'm just going to go ahead and line it up again with some of the empty space there. But it might help if I had it turned right side up. Yes. I'm also noticing that there's a little bit of an edge line on this side, so that helps too. There we go. And I'm going to come in, I think I'm going to come in with red this time. And this one is Simon Hurley Bee Sting. And these are brand new foam pouncers, so I've never used them before, so this is kind of the first try on it too. Okay, so next I'm going to come in with the orange. Got one more stencil for that ball. And for that I'm using Roar. And there we go. That is just super fun. Okay, now that all of those are colored up, we can die cut those out because this set comes with matching dies. I think that is wonderful. So I am also using another one of my new tools, and this is the Magnetic Magic Mat. I've been using a magic mat since they first came out 4 years ago, and I absolutely love it. The Magnetic Magic Mat makes it easy though, super easy to be able to line your dies up with your stamped or colored images, whatever you're doing. So that's why I'm using this. I want to make sure that those dies stay in place. So we're just going to run those through. And we have some perfect disco balls. Now these could be used for any kind of a circle thing you want. I mean, I think this would even look kind of cool as a balloon. But let's see what else came in our set so we'll know what else we're going to do with these. So there's also, on this smallest of the stencils, there is this little line that you can put in there, whatever color you want. But you can put that in there with a little bit of ink to kind of ground or hang. Yeah, that's probably a better word for it. But you can hang one of your disco balls from. And I'm going to leave this out because I may go back over the top, but I'm not 100% sure. First one, I think I'm going to just glue straight down. Just going to use some liquid glue. This is Barely Arts glue that I've got in my little glue press here. And I'm just going to line it up with that center of that circle up at the top. And it's okay that it's going over the side a little bit. No worries. Then we've got 2 more. Yeah, I think I'm going to layer those guys up on some foam. I love my foam. I don't do many cards without a little foam on them. So first we're going to do this one, the smaller one, because it's going to be a little bit further to the back. So I'll do 1 layer of foam for it. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and figure out where the top is. Here we go. The top is going to be right along that edge of our first one. So I'm going to use that as a guide for putting down a little bit more ink and have it hanging again from the roof. There we go. Hang right about there. And then our third one. That one, I think I'm going to have about there. And let's do the same thing and do a little bit more stenciling over the top of the others. And you could absolutely use a pen for this, but I figured I've got the stencil. I might as well try it out, right? So for this one, I'm actually going to just do 1 layer of foam and have it over to the side, and then I can glue it on this edge to our second one. So that works perfect. Go ahead and take the release paper off, and then I'll add some glue on here. And just lining the top up right with that string. There we go. And then of course I decided I want a little bit lower. There we go. Okay, so now we have our 3 our 3 disco balls, and then I'm going to go with the Sentiment Sparkle On My Friend and put some tape, some foam on the back of it too. And the Sentiment, I just used some of the Better Press ink that's in Hydrangea. It's a nice pretty blue that I thought would go well with the Remember Me that I used for coloring up our disco balls. Just up in the corner there. Lovely. And now we're going to go ahead and mount that onto a card base. Now I picked out a couple of card bases. This one is the one I'm going to go with, and it matches that blue perfectly. And we'll just glue this straight down to our card base. Oh, that is lovely. I think it might need a little something more though. I think this needs a few little sequins. So I looked in my stash to see what I had, and I just happened to have these from an old Spellbinders card kit that are going to be perfect. A perfect match to that color. I love this. This is going to be so cool. So I'm going to just add a few sequins on here. tuck that one under a little bit. There we go. And that's going to finish up this card. I think that is super nice. Love that. Anyway, there are a lot of other things. You can make something similar with this, similar to this, using the glimmer plates, and I'm probably going to be bringing those out before too long as well. But this is going to finish up this video for today. You guys have a wonderful day. Be sure to check out the other videos on my channel to see some more Better Press and Spellbinders and all the things. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.